The Giro d'Italia 2026 route announcement might have just blown up the calendar for cycling's biggest stars. Before we dive into that, I want to remind you that we have all the races of the 2026 cycling season live and on demand for our viewers. You don't want to miss out. Starting with the Tour Down Under, the road season kicks off and runs all the way through to the World Championships in Canada, the Tour de France, the Volta a España, and of course, what we're talking about today, the Giro d'Italia. Sign up via the link down below in the description. But here's the real story. This route is bait. RCS, the race organizer, has delivered a Giro that practically whispers to Jonas Vingegaard and Remco Evenepoel, "Come on, you can win this." Because let's be honest, the last few years, the Giro d'Italia has been chaos in the best way. Tadej Pogacar crushed everyone in 2024. Simon Yates shocked the world in 2025. Isaac Del Toro nearly won the whole thing and almost rewrote Mexican cycling history. Every edition has been a banger, and now the 2026 route sets up another big showdown, if the big names take the bait. RCS Sport didn't exactly hide what they're trying to do here with this 2026 route. The Giro has less total climbing than usual, only a handful of 5-star mountain stages, and fewer time trial kilometers in years, except for one big one, that 40-kilometer test in the second week. In other words, it's easier, which in Giro language, let me translate for you, means moderately terrifying instead of absolute trauma. They clearly hope that a lighter route can lure in Jonas Vingegaard or Remco Evenepoel, two riders who, on paper, should love a Giro like this. But now comes the million-dollar question. Does either of them actually show up? Look, Jonas Vingegaard has every reason to attend the 2026 Giro d'Italia. He's won the Tour de France twice. He's won the Volta a España, the last Grand Tour, in 2025. He needs to complete that Grand Tour set. It would be the next logical step. And this Giro d'Italia route, it's basically a Jonas-friendly playground. Long endurance climbs, one decisive time trial, and no hyper-extreme third week. But his team? Viz Melissa Bike is all about Project Yellow. Every decision the camp makes is all about one thing: beating Tadej Pogacar in July at the Tour de France. And if Jonas wants to beat Pogacar at the Tour, there's a good chance he skips the Giro entirely. Even Simon Yates, Vingegaard's teammate, says he wants to go back to defend his Giro d'Italia. So Jonas may have to choose between history and trying to take the yellow jersey title from Tadej Pogacar in July. Remco Evenepoel's situation is even trickier. For months, he's been Giro curious. A 40-kilometer flat TT? That's dinner and dessert for Remco. But now we know there won't be a second time trial, just one big chrono, and then the mountains. And that changes everything. And not in the Giro's favor or Remco's favor. Team Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe signed Remco for one thing: to win the Tour de France. And if he needs to get that strength to beat Tadej Pogacar or Jonas Vingegaard, he's not going to want to waste his legs at the Giro d'Italia. There's also another layer. If Pogacar isn't racing the Giro, suddenly the incentive for Remco is much lower. No risk, no chaos, no last-minute Tadej raid up the Stelvio, which means the Giro might lose the biggest off-season transfer even before the season starts. And for our Canadian fans of Derek G, well, we still don't know about his future, which team he could possibly race for. If he does link up with Ineos Grenadiers for the coming years, well, the Giro d'Italia 2026 would be huge for his development. A more balanced route, fewer insane mountain blocks, it could actually suit his strengths very well. We'll keep you updated. And now it's your turn. Drop down in the comments. Who do you want to see racing the Giro d'Italia 2026? Jonas Vingegaard to try to complete his collection. Remco Evenepoel taking advantage of that long TT. Isaac Del Toro out for revenge. Simon Yates to defend his title. Or Derek G if he gets the green light. Also, while you're down there, make sure you subscribe, click that button, because the season is just around the corner. I'll have race analysis and on-the-ground coverage. We're starting off in the Tour Down Under, we're running all the way through to the World Championships, in Canada. And yes, also what we're talking about today, the Giro d'Italia 2026, with its start in Bulgaria, yes, Bulgaria, and its finish in Rome, and all sort of guaranteed chaos in between. Make sure you're subscribed, don't miss out. Thank you, or grazie. And then we need to talk about the Tadej Pogacar cloud up overhead, because even when he's not racing in a Grand Tour, he's still influencing it. Because here's the truth, no rider wants to arrive at the Tour de France undercooked. Not even when Pogacar is trying to tie Eddy Merckx or Bernardino with 5 Tour titles. The gravitational pull of the Tour de France is massive, and the Giro d'Italia organizers know it. So this 2026 route is basically a big neon sign saying, hey Jonas, hey Remco, you can do this, you don't have to kill yourself, just come, dai vieni. Will they? It's still unclear, but one thing's for certain, whoever comes to the Giro d'Italia and goes all in has a real chance to take the 2026 title.